Good evening. This is Laura's View in Tarot 2. And tonight's topic, and I'm just going to scratch the surface on it, regards the Khazarian Mafia, who are doing quite a bit of business out of the Ukraine currently, and are really a big part of the target of what Mr. Putin is trying to address with his forces there in the Ukraine. And if you hear the term mafia, I don't know, I think of the stereotype, kickbacks, payola, profiting off people's vices and what have you. The Khazarian Mafia, though, has been around for over 1,000 years. And they worship Baal, Satan, and they're known to really enjoy a good blood sacrifice, and preferably done with children. So one of the things, I don't care where you are on this planet, that I am absolutely against is any kind of crime against children, and especially one that ends their life. It's just not right. So I hear the Khazarian Mafia is looking for a new neighborhood, and currently they're in talks with Croatia to see if they could find a warm welcome there. So I wanted to ask the cards, the Khazarian Mafia, how are things going for them right now? How are they? And I want to ask the universe also, are they going to have success in their relocation efforts? So let's take a look and see if the good old KM, as they move and hightail it out of the Ukraine, find themselves a welcome in Croatia. And maybe just if people know who they are and what they're trying to do, we can rid the planet of them. That would be my hope. But let's see what the cards have to say. I'll be right back with the cards shuffled, and I'll show you what I get, and then we'll put it in the spread. Full disclosure here, the reason I had to stop at that point was because one of the cards jumped out of the deck. And I have learned with tarot, it's always good to take a look at that guy and see who it is. So we have, the one that jumped out is this card, the Seven of Wands, which deals with a lot of strife. And of course, wands are words. And normally I don't have a negative feeling about this one because, I can value the determination that you see on this guy's face and that he's on the high ground and facing overwhelming challenges. But believe me, tonight, if this means that that is what's going on with the Khazarian Mafia, I'm all for it. Okay, so I'm going to continue to shuffle, asking the universe what's going on with Khazarian Mafia, what's their current status, and will they be successful in their bid to relocate in Croatia? And then we need to keep eyes on the prize, because if they don't find a welcome there, they're going to keep looking. And they need to find no place on the planet, on this world, where they're welcome as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so I come to this with this bias. If that organization is into sacrificing children and blood sacrifices, then I'm sorry, it's going to be real hard for me to be neutral. But I think the cards can give us an answer to those two questions, despite whatever my feelings are, and let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. Card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the next two cards will be 8 and 9. They'll be final clarification and information for us. Okay, I'll be back with that spread, and let's talk about those cards and see what they have to say about that Khazarian Mafia and their status and how they're looking around for a new place to be welcome. Here's our spread. Okay, our question was indicated by the Two of Pentacles, which he's a juggler. We're wanting to know which way it'll go. Will they be able to relocate? How are things going for them? Okay, the situation we're asking about is about the Khazarian Mafia, which is like I said, it's been around for over 1,000 years. And so we're asking about the situation. Even though they're having setbacks, I get the feeling that they're feeling like they have a lot of tricks up their sleeve that we who aren't in their ranks couldn't imagine the resources and things that they still have to do. I do know that we've been slowly chipping away at the head of the monster there. So they don't have at their disposal dirty bombs and bioweapons and things like that that they were counting on. They don't have access to many things that would create mayhem and help them to re-entrench themselves in our world. In the past, they've been on top of the world. They've had it. They're very pleased and happy with how things have gone. They feel like they've been well rewarded for their child sacrifices and have a lot of power. Now, currently, they're struggling and they're trying to sneak off with as much of their resources intact as they can. And they're trying to go somewhere new. Let's look ahead and see what the near future looks like for them. Well, with the Queen of Wands, and I'm sorry to say this, I really was hoping to see something different. It does look like they are going to have some success in moving some of their operation to Croatia. Now, it's not going to be easy for them. And look, she's holding sunflowers. So I think Ukraine is going to see an end to the, and that's the national flower of the Ukraine, as I understand it. So I think Ukraine's going to be able to say goodbye to them for a large part, but Croatia may give them a welcome. However, that welcome, especially as more and more people wake up, know who they are, what they are, where they are, is going to be fraught with difficulty. And good, I hope so. Let's see what the final two cards have to say. We have the Hierophant and the Fool. Talk about two way different items. Okay, now the Hierophant, he may indicate wisdom, but he's more about structures. And if you know how the church used to be, it was like you don't even need to read, just listen to what the priest tells you. So they may be still, first of all, their hierarchical structure mimics that of churches, is the church actually. So they are going to, they find the welcome. It's not going to be as easy as they thought or as welcome as they thought. Okay. And I hope what this means is that they're going to face an educated populace. They're not going to hide in the shadows as much as they have done. Okay. And it may be calling on them eventually to take that leap of faith and turn from their ways. And maybe that leap of faith will be even moving the totally unrepentant members to another plane of existence or place to live. So that's what I hope it is. But unfortunately, it does look like, even though we're making some inroads and hurting them, Croatia, don't sell out, okay? And if you do, it's not gonna go well for you. So you might as well just, don't make that bad decision to start with. And let's continue keeping this situation in our thoughts, our prayers, and picture a world where the Khazarian Mafia finds no welcome anywhere. We want a world where that kind of evil just isn't possible. That's it for tonight. If you enjoyed my video, please like it, share it. I'd love you to subscribe if you're enjoying what I do, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe. Good night.